Hello everyone, it's Farkut here, and in this video I'm going to show you how to make a very good board base for melee, and range can use it as well. I'm not going to say it's the best, but it's definitely the best I've found, and it is very simple to do. You only need to use 6 blocks. Here's the blocks you'll be using. Cube, half, the cube 0.25 meters, the wedge 60, and the steel bars, and the steel shutters as well. It's not really a block, it's more of a gateway. Now first you want to clear out a spot. It has to be 7 wide. I like double walls on the side. I find them to be more reliable. I don't know how long to go. I was doing around 13, should do. The reason I'm digging out the area is because I have trust issues with grass blocks, and you should too. If you build it on a road, you probably don't really need to do this. Okay, once you got your area, you want to place a double layer around the edge. One might be fine, but I've had mixed results in the past, and I just don't take any risks, so I just do double walls. Obviously I'm building with steel blocks, so this is top tier. You just build with whatever you've got. So it should look something like this. And this is going to be the front here. So what you want to do is use a ramp piece here. And then what you got to do is use a half block. So place these like this. Now this is a bit I haven't quite ironed out what's best. So I'm going to go like this. Like that. So like that. These are the areas they will pull into. So it's looking pretty simple. I think so anyway. This is to work out your chambers, like what area you're going to fire them in. Next, I'm going to place the walls up now. These need to be too high. The durability of the block shouldn't matter too much because they're going to be going for the shutters. So I think cobblestone's good enough. Also, I want to thank Dexium. He's helped me before with games. He's the reason why this design works so well. Because I asked him how 7 Days to Die was, and he said, yeah, it's good, but they removed the hatch. So I'm like, oh, okay. So I jumped in and started making a new design using the shutters, and then I realized the hatch hadn't been removed. But I found out the shutters were actually much better. They're lower health, but you'll see why they work better soon. Mainly because they don't block you. So too high. Now, you want to place this as a roof, but you need to place it in advanced placement, which you hold down R, which is a default, and go to advanced. And just cycle through until it's on the top. Doesn't matter which way it faces. Like that. And be careful placing these because you don't want to accidentally place it wrong. And cover the entire roof. Except for this one here. I like to have an escape route. So what I would do is put a ladder here with a hatch or something. But that's completely optional. It's if something goes wrong, for any reason you can escape. Now, just so you know, this can be actually a lot cheaper if you build it to the side of your house. So if you had your main base on the side, you save yourself a lot of wall pieces. Okay, next part is starting to get more tricky. What you need to do is place the bars on these little bits here. I like to do that, and on both sides. Just a little bit of extra protection. Now, you could use a flat plate. However, when I was testing this, I found I would knock down a cop, he'd start beating, so it means you have to kill him real fast. Now, if you're a melee, that's quite hard to do. You can't even hit through the bars. But generally, if you've got a melee build, you might have a shotgun, so if you knock him down, you can go pop and take him out before he explodes. I don't know how long you need to make it, how many chambers you need to make. It really depends on your difficulty, how many zombies you have spawning, etc. Now, why 3 wide? Because if you only got it 1 wide, they're more likely to glitch over things. So they're more likely to glitch over your fence. Also, if you've only got it 1 wide and a cop goes to spit at you down the end of the corridor, this is your dodging space. You are not going to dodge it. So this is why you have space to dodge it. So this can hold easily 16 zombies. 32, you'd probably extend it out a little bit more. Now, time for the shutters. Like this, and you can walk through them. And flip it around, double shutters. Do you need double shutters? I don't know. Depends on the difficulty. And they close instantly. And open instantly. Kind of glitch through there. This is why you can't really use a hatch. Hatches don't work that well. Because you get blocked here. The hatch frame actually has collision. And you're probably thinking, well, fuck it. Why don't you just place it on its side? I mean, you could like this. But they will get caught here. And I don't know what effect it could have. So you got this problem of, this is 21,000 and the shutter's 15,000. So you're losing 6,000 HP. It's not a lot. Just use a shutter. You can build them in the workbench. Same as a hatch. And a lot cleaner, smaller. Less likely to accidentally hit it. This is the design, by the way. It's very easy. It's not complicated. Every horde base you ever build is going to have problems, and this one is going to have problems. One is that it potentially is too low, they're going to jump up on top, but we just dig a trench around, and then 3 blocks high, they won't be able to get up. I don't think so anyway. The next potential problem, you're going to have boomers, and you could accidentally knock one and trigger their bomb, and it's going to do a lot of damage. But that is a problem for many horde bases. When you're in melee, you're a lot less likely to do that. Anyone with auto weapons is going to cause an issue with that. The next problem is that it doesn't really allow for traps, but I don't see that as a problem. I see it as a benefit. I don't like traps in this game. I think they're XP thieves, and I stand behind it. The next one is a bit of a problem, and that is birds can sometimes spawn. And if they spawn, they'll sit on here and just wail on you and attack your structure. I gotta fill that in because that is just a problem. You don't even need to be proficient at it. If you get that melee turret and just stick it on top where you're standing, they should take care of the birds. I've placed slits before, like a slot that allows you to shoot through it. Use is quite minimal. It's a very similar design to the one I was able to do on Horde Night Every Night. But you can't really do Horde Night Every Night anymore because there's a learn by looting system. And if you're doing Horde Night Every Night, you are not looting. So it becomes too difficult, I find. Let's test this out. So set time 21:55. I don't know how many pieces I used. I'd say about 300. It'd be less than 300. I think it'd be about 200 pieces I used. Hard to say. See, there's birds. So far, I can tell the most annoying thing is those birds screeching. Oh, I'm standing too close. Oh, there's one that glitched over. I don't know how you did that. I'm suffering from stamina problems. They can glitch over like this. You need to be prepared for this. I would have way better gear by now, by the way, and skill books, which I don't have. That's why I like the sledgehammer. You can crowd control them. Why would I have an iron sledgehammer on day 100? Something's gone wrong to end up here. And I don't have the rad remover. I really need it. Actually, it's not bad when they explode. It gives you a break to get some stamina. They'll try to get over. That's why you got to make that gap as tight as possible, but still allow it so you can reach the head. If you make it too short, the heads will poke through. Yeah, I'm just not doing enough damage. Okay, I think they just took out one of my things while I was trying to get food. Also, when your hydration's low, it affects your stamina regen. Oh, there's one that glitched over. It's about finding that trick spot you can stand and just hit them all. But sometimes you need to go forward to take a shot. Generally, I only use power attacks with a sledgehammer. I'm just very calculated about where I aim. That's about to fall, so I'm going to let it fall. You'd also repair it as well. I just don't have the repair hammer. If I'd made that a little bit closer, I could actually reach it and open it up, preventing it from being destroyed. But it's just too far away. So the tall ones, they quite often go into a crawling animation, which means they can glitch over easier. I don't much skill books help, but I feel like they help a lot more than I can remember. This is 16 zombies, by the way. Yeah, iron sledgehammer at this state of the game just does not do enough damage. Oh, and this item needs repairs. I wasn't even prepared for this. Oh yeah, you can't out repair it. The birds, man, that's definitely a problem that's got to be figured out. When you knock them out, or knock them down, you can quickly switch and repair. Really good. The reason I don't leave a little gap underneath is I think they can glitch through it, even if it's tiny. I think. I haven't confirmed it yet. You see why I prefer a melee horde base? Because I can just spend a couple of repair kits and some steel. That's all I have to spend. I have to spend like thousands on ammo. I can save that for looting and crap. You need to get kills with the sledgehammer and melee to get your stamina back. Oh, is that a boomer dude? Oh, they do spawn. Yeah. Wasn't a bad time to run out of stamina. That's a problem. That's the second time that's happened. Glitching without even me realizing. The same zombie type too. I think with repairing and sledgehammers knocking them down, you should be able to just get away with one chamber. But it's good to have an insurance policy. I made it to morning. An iron sledgehammer was a bad idea for illustrating how good this is, but it did the job. A good thing of having it wider is that if you got other players, they can join in. I didn't end up using a shotgun at all in that game. I think playing without a rad remover, I was just mostly knocking them down instead of actually killing them, eh? Yeah, use a rad remover or a better weapon than an iron weapon on day 100. Also, what level am I? I cheated to get here. I think I'm like level 100. But yeah, they didn't climb up on top, by the looks of it. but the birds were a problem. So I wanted to make sure that everything I'm showing you in this video is correct and the best possible thing I could find. So I went and tested some more. I used these bar grate things on the roof to see if it would allow me to shoot through the roof and kill the birds that are coming down. Unfortunately, it just made them glitch through. It happened 3 times in one night. So it seems that any hole you have of any kind, even if it's tiny, can cause them to glitch through. Also, with having the grates in the roof, the birds could actually spit at me through those grates or the holes. Yeah, just don't have them. Next is you've got to use the sledgehammer trap and just place it above you where you're going to be standing. It works pretty good at getting rid of the birds. Next is if you're using double shutters, you can't really repair the shutter on the other side unless you keep the one that's in front of you open and repair it and then switch over. So keep that in mind. Replacing them is probably more expensive than repairing them. I did test it with a steel sledgehammer and it went much better as well. I was undergeared for the test that I did. Another thing is make sure you're using coffee or some other drink that's not water to give yourself a stamina boost, especially if you're going in melee with this. Try and stack it so you don't have to drink it multiple times throughout the night. If you drink 3, it should last you the whole night. Also, I did a test recently. Horde Night will last all night now. It doesn't cut off after you kill a certain amount. That's from my experience anyway. Also, I found a bug that happened, and I've never seen this in 7 days before, but they glitched underground, underneath the Horde base, and I have no idea how they've done this. I've never seen it at all in my entire time playing 7 Days to Die, and they never have glitched. Maybe I should have put an extra layer down, or maybe I created a hole and they've glitched in. I've got no idea, but I've never seen this before. It's strange how a game that's about to go into full release can have new bugs that never existed years ago. Also, when the shutters are damaged, you can get stuck on them when you go through them. It will just slow you down, I think. I also decided to run another test using a different block. It was called a cube half plate corner 02 instead of using ramps. And what I found is that it caused 2 problems. The short zombies like the women, you couldn't hit them in the head. You end up hitting the top of your shutter or the top of your bars. And also it prevented you from smoothly going through the shutter. You had to jump to get through it. So I recommend going with the design I've come up with. And finally, I said that you don't need traps for this. I think eventually you would need a dart trap. I did find that the sledge trap didn't work all the time. It was strange. When birds got too close to it, it would stop attacking them. It was really strange. So later on down the track, you could probably do something like this, and it would kill the birds over the top, and it's pretty cheap to do. Anyway, that's it. Hopefully you find this build useful. Trust me, once you go a melee build, you'll have so much more money. It is incredible. Ammo costs insane amounts in this game, and when you don't have to use it, you could be spending it on things like cars and all sorts of other things. That's always good to have a backup. Anyway, if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Cheers.